Hi, welcome back to the Kenny Veach M Cave mystery. Today I want to share with you some key receipts regarding one of Kenny Veach's longtime friends and their response and reaction to the 2018 CCTV footage break-in of a Veach family-run healing store which depicted a male breaking in that looked very close and similar to Kenny Veach, highlighting the possibility that Kenny Veach didn't die in 2014 but is still alive to this day. Today, I'm going to share with you these text conversations which have been passed on from Susan Veach, the sister-in-law, that reached out herself to one of Kenny Veach's longtime friends. So stick around for that and see what Kenny Veach's friend had to say about this footage, confirming from their own, perspective of who it really was in the footage. In addition, later in this video, we taking a look back at previous comments of the previous Kenny Veach video I did cover. If you are interested in catching up on the last video I covered, I symbol top right corner of the screen, click on that and it will direct you to the previous video, okay? Welcome to anyone that is in this live premiere. Feel free to share your thoughts and reactions in the live chat, or if you want to elaborate, leave comments down below. In the comment section, there will be pinned comment as well for some additional links if you wish to check them out. So the order of how we're going to do things right now, just to re-jog people's memory and so others are clear as to what's going on, I'm going to share with you once again the 2018 CCTV footage break-in of what appears to be Kenny Veach, and then we'll transition on to the text conversations, okay? So you see the blinds lift up as the guy gets in, which something in his hand, marches round the back, tries to reach for the drawer, ends up being locked. Then he skips along, injures his leg, grabbing it, and then drops something black on the ground, which may have been used to get in. Then he climbs onto the table, grabs an iPad, bottom right corner of the screen, and then proceeds to leave, which then leaves dust particles behind. So here we are with the text conversation which occurred on Facebook Messenger, if you're wondering. On the right-hand side, the colourful boxes are the responses from Susan Veach, and then on the left is by Shirley, one of Kenny Veach's friends, okay? So Susan says, please do. How long have you known Kenny Veach? Shirley says, since I was with Bob. Susan says, oh man, that's forever. Shirley responds, when Kenny and Diana were together. Susan says, if you have any questions, please call me. Now that was blanked out just because of sensitive information. That's understandable. Shirley says, both Kenny and Diana lived on Flamingo back there in those apartments. And then the next thing that was said, I sent to my daughter-in-law right now. She will see it and we can discuss it when I get home. I'm at work at the moment. So that is in response to the CCTV footage discussion. If we move on to the next slide, text conversation, Susan says, yes, and it was obvious he knew his way around the healing store. What's really suspicious is there are 2 outside cameras of the store, yet they were never turned over to the police, the footage. And I can confirm that in terms of the cameras because I myself did an analysis both inside and outside of the store, mapping out all the CCTV cameras. And it was only from one perspective and one angle that one camera showed that footage, what we've all seen. But there were no other camera angles which have been used ever since. Isn't that a bit weird, right? Shirley responds saying, wow. Susan says, I know, unbelievable. Shirley says, yeah, my daughter-in-law said she mentioned this CCTV video a couple of months ago, and I guess I didn't believe her at the time, or really wasn't paying much attention. Lol, she just reminded me on that. Susan says, now, according to the detective, they determined the area inside had too much traffic and didn't take prints. So that's in response to the police not really following it up with the prints or tracking. As for the desk area where that intruder was around and kind of made contact with when he broke in, I think he even may have stepped on the desk when climbing down onto the ground floor. Yeah, The excuse was too many customers throughout the daytime, lining up at the checkout, maybe putting their hands on the table. It would have contaminated it all. But Debbie Veach, the sister who owns the store, didn't want to follow up the investigation either. Bit easygoing, right? Bit too lenient. Kind of odd. Anyway, Shirley responds saying, but the intruder touched that part of the desk and couldn't get fingerprints. Oh man, yeah, that was Kenny Veach. Susan says no, and I think it was on purpose. There is no way in hell Debbie Veach and Ray Veach did not recognise Kenny, so they must have known all along. Shirley says, oh man, I need to show my son and daughter-in-law now. Please do. How long have you known Kenny? All right, so how long have you known Kenny? Where it says, since I was with Bob. So the screenshots were kind of in the wrong order. You get the idea. Shirley here, Kenny Veach's longtime friend, says, oh man, and saying, yeah, that was Kenny. So Shirley also agrees that it was Kenny Veach. Take in mind, Shirley being a friend of Kenny in real life, Shirley would have seen Kenny Veach physically, face to face, Kenny's mannerisms, how Kenny walks, his his body language and movement. So for Shirley, who's been in real life with Kenny as friends, to acknowledge that that was Kenny in the CCTV footage, it's kind of interesting. You know, besides the odd few family members in the background also confirming it was Kenny Veach, such as Kenny's own daughter, Vicky Veach, but then at a later point ended up slightly changing in behaviour in a questionable way. So with time, more and more people who once physically knew Kenny and was in his presence, most of them, if not all, have confirmed that it's Kenny in the CCTV footage. I just wanted to share this with you so you can see the receipts and you can see the text conversations, okay? As said, credit to Susan Veach for passing it on. So now we're just going to move on to the comments of the last video I did, just to answer any questions and acknowledge any key points. As said, if anyone does suddenly join this live premiere right now, be sure to rewind back to the main part of the video at the start, okay? Do the newest comments, start from the bottom, work our way up. Org saying that this video has 5,300 likes. How is that even possible with the views not adding up? Yeah, YouTube's weird sometimes. So damn true. YouTube is weird right now. My short videos are getting screwed over by YouTube because YouTube all of a sudden can't be bothered, you know, showing my videos on the short reel list, which is complete BS because my video quality is pretty good and it speaks for itself with the previous videos I've done, but there's inconsistency and it clearly shows statistically. Smooth Fishing says 33 likes on my end, 225 views. So Smooth Fishing, your stats are more true to itself. It's been changed since maybe like 400 views and about 35 likes, but yeah. I mean, if it was at 5,300 org, I wouldn't be complaining, but I don't think I'll be getting 5,000 likes anytime soon in my videos. Cleo says, really nice of you bringing this info to us, newcomers. Good points for my notes. You're welcome. Glenn, shout out to Glenn. Jeff Clark, in response to that road closure of Jeremy Road. Road closing could be an experiment to see how much complaining the public will do if they close a section off. I don't see a reason to close it just for grading, as you can grade it all you want and it's still going to be rough. Fair point, good point, you never know, right? Namis, welcome back, saying, wasn't there a sign found in one of the cave crevices up there somewhere? An off-limits sign, and as well as the Area 51. That's true, Namis, but unfortunately we don't know the location of it. It was recorded and documented by Frank from Exploring Abandoned Mines in Unusual Places, who got intel and word from a military buddy or something that didn't want to give away the location to the general public, but trusted Frank in exploring the place anonymously, right? We don't know how far that is away from Kenny Veach's hike route, which is most unfortunate. I mean, maybe I could reach out sometime. I guess we'll see. Louise, it's nice to hear more on this case. Do you think the military killed him? Me personally, I don't think the military killed Kenny, but if they did play a role, Kenny Veach could have been silenced in other ways. Maybe captured, detained, working for them, or hushed elsewhere. That's my thoughts. Louise says, when he found the cave first time, it freaked him out and he left. He said he felt strange and frightened. When he went looking the second time for the cave, did he have trouble finding the cave? From the looks of it, yes, because he didn't find it. And that's why he went out the third time, and that was the last. Jeff Clark, the actual M cave, as Kenny described it, has never been found. That's true. The only little hint that we got from Kenny's hike out there, where he was pointing, suggesting, was when he said, oh, an area just like here. Not that it is the spot, but he said kind of like here. So I don't know if that was Kenny Veach dropping a clue, a hint, or something like that. You never know. Louise, didn't Kenny usually go searching with his girlfriend if he wasn't looking for caves? What was he looking for? Jeff Clark sums it up. His girlfriend was 17 years older than him, so no, she was not wilderness hiking in such places. Her pictures are all from places that you can drive to and walk off the road for a bit. Nothing like his loop hike. She has many unexplained issues herself. Fair point. Yeah, so Kenny may have gone out with girlfriend in the past, did a bit of hiking, but nothing too extreme, right? Louise, has the searchers found the M cave and searched it, or was it sealed? Some people have suggested where Kenny Veach hinted at a place like here was the spot, but it was sealed off. Sean Horlacher claiming that there was a white seam going across the bottom, that it was all filled in. But in terms of the timing of it all, the timestamps, maybe it's not quite possible. Other people have claimed that it was natural and there's nothing to see there. But, it's kind of all up in the air, up for debate, interpretation. I mean, some people have suggested that when Kenny found the cave, it was like an open portal. He was ready for it, spiritually awakened and sensed it. But in the future, when he went back and when others have tried searching, not quite the right place or time, so the portal hasn't opened. So that's another theory. Louise saying, I thought Kenny went into the cave the second time. His phone was found outside the cave. No, that never happened, Louise. When Kenny Veach went out supposedly for the final time, his phone and loose change was found near the mine shaft, and then the scent ended at that spot as well. So either Kenny Veach went on further, maybe, and the scent wore off because of the delay in reporting him missing originally 8 days later, or Kenny Veach double-backed himself. He came back the way he walked up, so overlapped. Okay. June, used to be people thought it exciting to sneak into Area 51. Now quite a few have gone in. Said they did at least. Maybe Kenny went in and never came out. Why have you got a happy face about that though? Maybe you used the wrong emoji. But to be honest, the distance from Kenny's hike route to Area 51 Green Lake is miles and miles apart, so I don't think that would be possible. Smooth Fishing, I found it odd that his girlfriend said Kenny took his camera everywhere but didn't have it when he says he found the M cave, and I think she said she wasn't sure if he took it on the trip where he came up missing. I think the M cave was just a story to sell his disappearance. Not sure where he is, but I don't think he killed himself. Or do I think he is dead? Okay, fair point there. And Shinosake says, hi, I only came interested in the Kenny Veach M cave disappearance just recently. Welcome. I'm already seeing most of them. Good work, so appreciate that. So this person, although new to the case and stuff, they've catched up pretty quick. So that's good to see. I mean, there might be some videos you've not seen here and there, but feel free to catch up on them when you get time, right? No harm in looking at the backstories. So that's it for the comments there. All in all, just wanted to share this video with you to show the receipts and the response from one of Kenny Veach's longtime friends, who also agrees that that was Kenny in the CCTV footage and was alive post-2014. Kind of interesting. I do understand Jeff Clark's video as well about the measurements and proportions and stuff, but nevertheless, it's still interesting that, more and more people over time are in agreement. And we're not just talking about random people online, but actual ones that are, known Kenny and been, in his presence to witness his behavior, his expressions, his movement. Because like what you saw in the CCTV footage, the way he was like hopping and skipping about, people, friends, family members said that's what Kenny did himself. And the bit about where Kenny, well, the person that was leaving around the desk ended up stumbling or hurting the leg, grabbing it. Well, Kenny Veach did have leg problems in the past due to personal injury on his hikes. So long-lasting injury possibly. We know Kenny can wear cargo trousers, pants, and that's what appeared in the footage too. Okay, so I just wanted to share this with you in general. If you like the video, you want to share, spread awareness of it, feel free to like and comment down below. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, whatever happens next. Goodbye, good night for now.